Welcome to another Microsoft Word tutorials. Today I am going to share my favorite tips and tricks in Microsoft Word, and these tips and tricks can enhance your efficiency and also your professional way of using Microsoft Word in the computing environment. And these Microsoft Word tips and tricks are going to be in section, and this is the section 1 of Microsoft Word tips and tricks. To quickly identify these tips and tricks, let's jump onto the computer and let me show you these tips and tricks in Microsoft Word. And as I said, this is the section 1 of this Microsoft Word tips and tricks. We are going to have other sections along the way. So let's get started. The first tip is to insert a table in your Word document. Manually or traditionally, if you want to insert a table, you have to move your mouse pointer to the menu bar and click on the Insert tab. And in the Insert ribbon, we have Tables group, and we have this command as table. And the screen tip says Add a table. And when you left click, you are going to have this context menu which says Insert table. And you are going to have these cells. And when you hover your mouse pointer on these cells, this gives you the number of rows and columns to be inserted. And when you are satisfied with what you have in your document area, you can left click, and this is going to insert a table into your Word document. You can easily organize your data within this table. Now, let's assume that you don't have a mouse connected to your computer, or your mouse is not properly working or in a good operation. How can you insert a table using the computer keyboard? So let's click this area, and we are going to use two characters, which are the plus sign and the minus sign. The plus sign represents the vertical line of the table, and the minus sign represents the horizontal line of the table, which intercede or intersect to form a cell. So let's type the plus sign, then we use our minus sign that shows the length of the horizontal line. Then you bring the plus sign again to insert the vertical line. Then you use your minus sign once again, plus sign, minus sign, plus sign, then the plus sign. Now when I hit the enter key, this is going to insert a table. Now we have one row and we have 4 columns. And if you want to expand this table, we have the cursor blinking in the first cell. So what you have to do is to use the tab key on the keyboard, and that is going to move the cursor to the next cell, And now when you get to the last cell and you press the tab key, this is going to expand the table. So you can go through and expand this table. Now we have this table properly and perfectly inserted into our Word document, and we can easily enter data into this table. So you can use your arrow keys to move the cursor to the first cell, and I'm going to insert data into my table. So I have data inserted into this table. So this is how to easily use your computer keyboard to insert a table and also type or insert data into your table. The next tip is how to perform calculations in Microsoft Word table. And this has the syntax of Microsoft Excel, and we can easily perform calculations in Microsoft Word. If you are not aware of this tip, then you have to open your calculator on the phone or your mobile device, and you are going to calculate these figures in your table. So the first student is Jonas. So you type 30 for the class score plus 50 for the exam score and hit the equal to sign. Then you have 80, and you have to type 80 in this field. and you are going to follow the same procedure for the remaining students, and this is going to be a very boring operation. So to quickly do this, what you have to do is to make sure to select a cell within the table, and you have these two contextual tabs appear on the menu bar, and we are going to select the layout tab. And when you select the layout tab, this is the ribbon, and at the far right corner, and we have this command as formula. And when you left click on it, you get this beautiful dialog box, and the formula says equal to sum left, and this is going to add the numbers to the left of this current cell. So if I click on OK, I get this function inserted into this cell. Sometimes when you choose this formula, automatically you get this addition of numbers in this cell. If you have this function, what you have to do is to select, right click, and you have the option to choose toggle field codes, and this is going to add this numbers, and we have 30 plus 50, that gives us 80. So you can do this for the next cell. Go to the data group under the layout tab, click on formula, and this is going to choose sum above. We are not going to use the above values, rather we are going to use the numbers to the left. So you can change the text in the parentheses and type left, and when you click on OK, this also gives this function, right click and choose toggle codes, and this also gives you the total marks for the second student. Another way to add or calculate numbers in Microsoft Word, when you select this and click on the formula bar, you get this dialog box, and we have this formula in the field that is equal to sum above, and we want to calculate the class score and exam score for the third student. And this time around, we want to use the syntax of Microsoft Excel, where we have rows and columns. So we can apply that description to this table, and we have 4 columns in this table. This is going to be column A, column B, column C, and column D. And when you come to the row, we have row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So in this formula field, we are going to erase the above, and the class score for the third student is located in B3. So you type B3, then you bring your comma, and this is also located in C3. Now let's close the brackets and hit the OK button. We have this formula, right click and choose toggle field codes, and we have 80 in this field. So 35 plus 45 is 80. So for the next student, you can go to the formula and use the left function, then you click on OK and select this, right click and choose toggle fields, and you can use the same procedure to have the total marks for all these students. So this is how to calculate values in Microsoft Word. The next step is to convert a number into a text character. And if you have this number and you want to convert this into a text character, you have to select this number and hold Ctrl plus F9 on the keyboard. This is going to input a curly bracket around the number, and you have the cursor blinking before the number 2. So the next symbol is to type your equal to sign. Then you move the cursor to the end of the last number, which is after the number 8. You type your backslash and also your asterisk sign, and input this simple text, which is card text. Now that we have this simple code to convert our number into a text, you can press the F9 on the keyboard, or you can right click and choose update field. If this doesn't work, right click on it again and choose toggle field codes, and this is going to convert this number into a text, and we have 25,478, and this is what we want to have. And the last digit this Microsoft Word can convert numbers into a text is 99,999, so you can't exceed this value. So this is how to convert a number into a text. Let's try another example. So if you have this number, you double click, Ctrl plus F9, you type your equal to sign, backslash, asterisk symbol, right click and choose update field, or right click and choose toggle field codes, and we have 240. So this is very simple to do. If sometimes you want to have a conversion of numbers, you can easily do this in Microsoft Word without using other softwares if the number do not exceed 99,999. The next tip in these tutorials is to insert a junk text or random text, and this tip will be very useful if you want to illustrate a ribbon in Microsoft Word or a command in Microsoft Word, especially if you want to illustrate the font group or the paragraph group. You have to have a content or a text in your Word document so that you can easily use these commands on this text you have in this interface. You can easily type a text in your Word document, and if you want to have a lot of text, this will be a very time wasting operation. So to have a simple text into your Word document, you are going to use a very simple formula, and this is to type equal to round, open parenthesis, then you close the parenthesis and hit the enter key, and we have this text inserted into our Word document. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs. So this automatically or by default gives you 5 paragraphs. You can work with it in Microsoft Word. If you want to choose your personal paragraph and also the number of text in each paragraph, you can type equal to round, open the parenthesis, and I want 2 paragraphs, and in each paragraph I want 4 lines of text. You close the parenthesis and hit the enter key. So now you can see that we have this 1, 2 paragraphs, and each we have 4 lines of text. Because this line cannot exceed these margins, that is why we have this at the bottom of this text. So this is how to insert a junk text, and you can easily select this, apply your formatting, or make some changes depending on what kind of tutorials or lecturing you want to give to your students or any other person you want to teach, or use the ribbon of Microsoft Word to make an illustration. So this is how to insert a junk text in Microsoft Word. The next tip is how to customize the Quick Access Toolbar. The Quick Access Toolbar is located above the menu bar, and this is the Quick Access Toolbar. And when you place your mouse pointer on the arrow, it says Customize Quick Access Toolbar. To add commands, you can click on the drop down arrow, and you have all these commands here. When I choose the new command, this command is added to the Quick Access Toolbar. When I choose the open command, this is also added to the Quick Access Toolbar. So going through this, you can add more commands to your Quick Access Toolbar. So this is the first way to add commands to your Quick Access Toolbar, and this gives you the easy way of accessing simple commands. If I want to open an existing document, I do not have to go to the file menu. I can easily click on the open command, and this will jump me to the backstage view and select any existing file on my computer system. Another way to add commands to your Quick Access Toolbar is to select this drop down arrow and choose more commands, and this word options dialog box will appear. We have the Quick Access Toolbar selected, and we have this section that contains all the commands in Microsoft Word. and this is the commands available on the quick access toolbar. So to add more commands, you can choose a command from this section. So let's select this drop down arrow and choose all commands, and this is going to display all the commands available. You can use your scroll bar. So if you want to add this option, you can select and click on add, and you can see that this is added to the quick access toolbar. If you want to have the bullet, you select, click on add. If you want to add collapse, you can click and click on add. You can move through and add the most used commands in Microsoft Word, or the commands that you frequently use in Microsoft Word. So you go through and choose the command, click on it and choose add. So this is also another way to add commands to your quick access toolbar. When you are done with selecting of your commands, you can click on OK. And when you come back to your quick access toolbar, we have all these commands found on the quick access toolbar. In the front stage view of Microsoft Word, you can also add commands to your quick access toolbar. When I move to the home tab, I have this clipboard group. If I want to add this paste command to the quick access toolbar, I can right click and choose add to quick access toolbar, and I'm going to have the paste command here. If I want to add the find command, right click, add to quick access toolbar, and I have the find command on this quick access toolbar. If you want to add the replace command, you right click, add to quick access toolbar. If you want to add this alignment command, you right click, add to quick access toolbar. So this is also another way to add commands to your quick access toolbar. Now under the home tab, we have this ribbon, and you can see that this ribbon has commands which are grouped under a particular name. And when you come to the home tab, we have this group which is known as the clipboard group, font group, paragraph group, styles group, and also the editing group. And after each group, you see a vertical line that is dividing these groups. You have this vertical line, vertical line, vertical line, and this vertical line, making this very simple to identify and also known to us as groups, which contains their individual commands. Now we want to have this effect applied to our quick access toolbar. So we want to have some vertical lines between our commands. So to do this, you can select the arrow and choose more commands, or you can right click on the ribbon and choose customize the ribbon, and this will move you to the word options dialog box. Select the quick access toolbar, and these are the commands on the quick access toolbar. To add the vertical line, which is known as the separator, you come to this section and you can see we have this command as separator. Select this and click on add. So we have this added to our quick access toolbar section. Add another one, making two. Now select this and use the move up option to separate this, and I want to separate the autosave, the send to Microsoft PowerPoint, the undo, and a new file. So these commands are going to be in one group. I'm also going to have these four commands being separated. So I select this command, use the move arrow command, and now we have this also separated, and this is also forming another group. Let's go back to this section, select this separator and click on add, and now let's move this down, and we have these four commands also separated. Let's add the last separator and bring this to the last command, and now let's click on OK. When you move back to the front stage view, you can see that we have this separator separating these commands, and this can also help you to easily access your commands based on the arrangement. The last option that you can use to customize your quick access toolbar, this command is located above the ribbon. If you want to show this below the ribbon, you can click on the drop down arrow and choose this option, that is show below the ribbon. And now we have the quick access toolbar below the ribbon, and you have this title bar fully covering the top of Microsoft Word interface. So this is how to customize your quick access toolbar in Microsoft Word. These are my 5 tips and tricks in Microsoft Word in this section 1 video. In our next section, we are going to look at another powerful tips and tricks in Microsoft Word. Thank you for watching. Please give it a like, and I want to see your comments in the comment section. And if you have any other Microsoft Word tips and tricks you want to share with us, you can drop that in the comment section, and I shall see you in the next video.